No benefits, no claims. He's a fake vet." Her voice cut through the courtroom like a knife. My wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, leaned back in her chair with a cruel smirk, her words dripping with venom. She said it loud enough for everyone to hear, her eyes gleaming with satisfaction as if humiliating. Me in front of strangers was the final trophy she needed. The divorce settlement had already been brutal. She had taken the house, demanded half of everything I earned, and now she was mocking me in the one place. I thought I still had dignity. The court. The whispers started immediately. Faces turned toward me, brows raised. A fake veteran, a liar, a fraud. That's what her words painted me as. What she didn't know was that my lawyer had already slipped an unopened envelope to the judge minutes earlier. I watched as the judge tore it open, his fingers pausing when he saw the contents. His face went pale, because inside that envelope were the records. My records, the ones that proved every sleepless night, every deployment, every sacrifice I had made for my country. Proof that the medals on my shelf weren't bought online or faked, they were earned with blood, sweat, and tears. The judge's eyes flicked from the papers to my wife. Her smirk faltered. For the first time, she realized she had gone too far. I should have felt victorious in that moment, vindicated. But all I felt was a deep, aching emptiness. Because the truth was, her betrayal didn't begin in this courtroom. It had started years before, slowly, quietly, eating away at our marriage until there was nothing left but ashes. I remembered the day I came home from overseas, exhausted but relieved, ready to fall into her arms. Instead, I found distance. Her hugs were shorter, her eyes distracted, her phone always in her hand. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe the war had changed me too much. Maybe I was too closed off, too hardened. But then came the late nights, the excuses. The way she would come home smelling of cologne that wasn't mine. I didn't want to believe it, but deep down, I knew. There was someone else. When I confronted her, she laughed. Actually laughed. She told me I had no right to question her, that I was paranoid, broken from the war. She turned my service, my sacrifice into an insult. That's when I realized the woman I loved no longer existed. And now, here she was, trying to erase not only our marriage, but my very identity. The judge cleared his throat, his voice stern. "Mrs. Collins, the court has reviewed the service records. Your accusation is false. Your husband is, in fact, a decorated veteran." The room fell silent. My wife's face drained of color. Her lips parted as if to argue, but no words came out. She shrank back in her seat, suddenly small in a way I had never seen her before. I didn't look at her. I couldn't. Instead, I stared straight ahead, my hands clenched tightly together. I thought about the brothers I had lost overseas, the ones who never came home. I thought about how dishonoring my service wasn't just an attack on me, it was an insult to them too. The settlement continued, but the tide had turned. The judge's patience with her theatrics had worn thin. When the final gavel struck, the terms were far less favorable to her than she had expected. She walked out of that courtroom with her head down, her pride shattered. But I didn't celebrate. There was no victory here, only closure. Later that night, sitting alone in my small apartment, I unfolded the copy of my records. My hands lingered on the pages, the stamps, the signatures, the proof of a life I had lived, proof of who I was, and I thought about her again. The woman who once promised to stand by me through everything. The woman who turned her back not just on me, but on the very man she had claimed to love. Betrayal doesn't always come in the form of someone leaving. Sometimes it comes in the form of cruelty, of someone trying to erase the parts of you that matter most. She tried to break me in that courtroom. She tried to strip me of my honor. But she failed. Because honor doesn't come from her words. It doesn't come from her approval. It comes from the life I lived, the sacrifices I made, and the man I chose to be. I may have lost her. I may have lost the house, the marriage, the years we built together. But I didn't lose myself. And that, in the end, was worth more than any settlement, any signature, any courtroom battle. She walked away with money. I walked away with my dignity intact. And for me, that was enough.